Our 12 Events Roundup stories this week are all from Nigeria, with 10 of them happening on September 17, 2016. For our Gives Back, members of our community in Nigeria visited a hospital in Niger State's Bida district. And in his Just an Opinion segment for this week, Guider Emil asked if it is possible for any government to completely shut down To all our viewers around the world, this is MNC, your Mavro news channel.
So is a community of people who are changing the world, and they help to donate money to individuals themselves.
This is one of the ways how Guider Akinwande Bukola described to his audience during his offline presentation at the Federal Medical Center in Lokoja, Kogi State, last July 30 of this year. Aside from discussing the ideology, he traced also the history of from its founding in Russia to its birth in Nigeria. He next described how the peer-to-peer donation exchange platform works and the benefits it offers to those who decided to register. A question and answer portion followed before the event ended. From Kogi State, we moved to Ogun State, where on August 12 of this year, Guider Oyeledi Omolara sponsored an opportunity seminar at the Fajo Hotel in Abikota, Ogun State.
What is MMM? The meaning of MMM is Mavro movement.
Occasional blaring of horns on the background did not distract him as he calmly navigated through the different related topics while comfortably seated. He described as a free system that aims to provide a platform of people to attain financial freedom through donation exchange. He also showed them how their donations grow as Mavro in the system and how they can get it back. He told them that this mode is a feature meant to protect the system and that it can be avoided if community members will make regular donations and also continue inviting people. Our next 10 stories shows again how active guiders are in our Nigeria community as these events happen in a single day again, September 17, 2016. We start off with Guider E.J. Peters' offline presentation at the Gombe State, where more than 36 people came to hear him talk about He started off with defining what is and why the founder Sergey Mavro redesigned it as a global mutual aid community. He next discussed MMM's bonuses and emphasized that the 30% Mavro growth is a reward and shall never be treated as interest gained. Guider E.G. also clearly illustrated how the provide help and get help cycle works. In between topics, clarifying questions were raised by his attendees, and Guider E.G. gladly answered them all before moving to another topic.
It's a community of people providing each other financial help on the basis of gratuitousness, on the basis of reciprocity, and on the basis of benevolence.
That was Guider Amaju Elijah Imiyikpa describing during his offline presentation at the Royal Tropicana Hotel in Kano State last September 17 of this year. He had about 20 people in attendance with whom he shared MMM's ideology and its 30% crowdfunding approach during the donation exchange process. He also emphasized that since has no central account and does not collect the money of its participants, members are assured that their donation will not end up at the pockets of few individuals at the top. Guider Amadu taught them too about the rules and regulations of Nigeria that each of them must observe if they join so they'd have a smooth life within the community. Lagos State was the busiest area of Nigeria on September 17th of this year, with 3 events happening on that state. The first of which was at a Colbin event place in Ayobu, Ipaha, with Guider Gibenga Aderpasul as lead organizer. Gader Gibenga's first topic centered on the principles under which the MMM community operates. Next was its history, ideology, and the goals it had, which creating financial freedom for ordinary individuals around the globe. He also patiently enumerated to his audience what benefits and bonuses each member enjoys and how the 30% earning cycle works. Guider Jibenga entertained questions too after he talked about the risks involved and how they can safely participate in the community. Chanting, laughter, and clapping were the norm during Guider Shubawale Ganiu's opportunity event at Southern Spice and Ojodu Ikeha, also in Lagos. The occasion started in high spirits as Guider and two regular participants shared their testimonies on how the MMM community has positively affected their lives. From there, the mood became a little more serious as Guider Shubawales started introducing them to MMM's history, important facts, and how its systems functions. Almost half of the presentation that lasted for almost an hour was dedicated to topics about MMM rules, risks involved, push mode, and frequently asked questions. For Guider Shubawale, these things are the most crucial things to know in doing MMM, but most often ignored by most participants as they seem to be more focused on the bonuses and benefits. During this event, he reminded his audience a couple of times about this.
Donate only, spare money. Donate only, spare money. Donate only, spare money. Don't go to the bank to go and borrow money. Don't go and sell your property because you want to earn some money.
Also in Lagos on the same day, a mix of about 2,000 participants and their invites flocked to the LG Central Primary School in Epe, Lagos State to listen to Guider Abdulhakim Fadahunsi's MMM offline presentation for the Nigerian Union of Teachers Secretariat chapter in the school. Guider Abdulhakim introduced them first to the meaning of MMM and when and who founded it. He next defined the roles of participant and guiders in the community before proceeding to talk about how the system works and the benefits it offers to those who will try the mutual aid program. He also gave them a practical demo on how MMM works by using his own MMM personal office. Guider Abdulhakim spoke next about the rules each members must follow and the risks they have to be aware of. Questions from the audience were entertained as well, before they capped the event with 3 participants sharing the wonderful things the MMM community has opened for them. From Lagos State, we now go to Lafia in Nasarawa State, Nigeria, as it also became witness to 2 MMM offline events on September 17.
Now, here is the information that we're giving to you.
The first was held at a hall behind the BITC parade grounds under the supervision of Guider Philip Lirendu Yagba. He was expecting more to attend but only had 5 present at the designated hour. Out of respect for their time, Guider Philip started his presentation as scheduled. He thanked them for their presence and expressed hope that, like him, who was once also an attendee in an offline seminar, they too would take the leap of faith and experience the life-changing effects of MMM. Guider Philip made sure that his discussions were brief but substantial enough so that they would have a clear understanding on how the platform of MMM works. His strategy paid off as his audience were all attentive from beginning to end. They also expressed strong desire in becoming part of the community. At another location in Lafia, Nasarawa State, the same day, Guider Christopher Ekom Damalu and his team was of better luck because they had more than 20 people in attendance. Their setup was a bit different than the usual because there were several people who took turns in discussing important topics. It would have been distracting, but they were able to transition smoothly from one speaker to another without too much disruption on the flow of discussion. Also, for the audience, it was a welcome thing because they would not be listening to the same voice for almost an hour. One of the highlights of the presentation was when the team used the Nigeria official website to show them how to register. Guider Christopher Ekom Damalu also shared on how to operate the online platform as the event went ahead by using his own personal office. While Guider Christopher was busy in Nasarawa, Guider Abularin Olafemi has also started the offline presentation he organized for the people of Akuri in Ondo State. One of the things he shared in detail was how became a global community of donation exchange since founder Sergey Mavro started back in 90s. He also showed them how they can be rewarded through Mavro bonuses if they start donating and inviting people to register in One of the things he shared in detail was how became a global community of donation exchange since founder Sergey Mavro started back in the 90s. He also showed them how they can be rewarded through Mavro bonuses if they start donating and inviting people to register in He reminded them, however, to take note that MMM's platform is based on peer-to-peer donation, so they must be cautious in spending beyond their available spare fund to provide help. He shared with them too other risks involved and how they can counter this risk by following the rules on safe participation. After his formal talk about a livelier question and answer portion and also sharing of testimonials happened before they all called it a day. Our last event for this week was an offline opportunity presentation that took place at the Living Shepherd Hills Hotel in Port Harcourt, River State, also on the 17th of September 2016. With Guider Anthony Patrick as organizer, he was able to gather about 3 dozen people who all attentively listened to his sharing about
Inviting a new member from the community.
While discussing bonuses and benefits of participants, he reminded them to be aware of the risks involved in He even showed them a simple strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats or SWOT analysis that he has used so he would not be too greedy. He assured them that is aware also of the risks and is continuously trying to bring in improvements to the system to address any new threats. He added though that as a free system, its life depended more on the ordinary participants' behavior. As for the importance of getting new invites, this is what he told them.
When you invite a new person to join the community, you are contributing to the development of the community.
Our featured team for this week is from our Nigeria community who decided to do a charity presentation at the Federal Medical Center in Bida, Niger State last October 29 of this year. Headed by Guider Joseph Femi, they brought gifts for the patients of the hospital which included tissue papers, hand wipes, and other toiletries. It was a long walk from the parking lot, but the team was all smiles while carrying the items they will distribute. Their first stop was the postnatal ward. After they finished there, they again had to walk this time to the pediatric department to continue giving out the gifts they brought. Their last stop was at the medical director's office where they had a chat with him about the current needs of those in the ward sections. They also had a short discussions about the community and what it does. Before leaving, Guider Joseph gave the director an t-shirt which he gladly accepted. He also shook their hands, thanking each of them for coming over to give some gifts.
Hi everyone, how are you doing today? For those who are first time watching this segment, let me introduce myself. My name is Emil and welcome to Just My Opinion. On our segment last week, we talked about the effects on our community of large amount of GH, especially this Christmas season. Today we will have a brand new topic, and this is again coming from one of our viewers here at MNC. First of all, thank you so much for sending your suggestions, and we really appreciate your effort for helping us tackle the best topics for our community. It's really helpful, especially that those topics you sent us are very timely. So, let's go to the main point. We received this question that says, is it possible for government to completely shut down MMM? A really nice topic to discuss, isn't it? I'm not sure if from what country this question came from, but I know everyone can relate to it. We knew from the very start that the fight of MMM is against the Fed and its fiat currency. And it's a fact that this fiat currency is also acknowledged by the government. This is the reason why in the past stories of MMM in Russia, Mavro became a threat for the government when he established MMM. His quest to change the current money system appeared as a form of crime for the government and the banks. So, in the past story of MMM, the Russian government succeeded in their intention to put MMM into collapse, but not for long. When Mavro came out of jail, he continued this battle, and this time MMM became stronger, utilizing the lessons from the past failures. Now, fast forward to 2016, MMM is still existing and now expanding to different countries around the globe. But there's a part of the past that keeps repeating itself over and over again. It is the government intervention in the operations of MMM. This year, some countries with MMM like South Africa and Nigeria experienced difficulties in their community because the government wanted to cease their operation. And because of it, many participants lost their enthusiasm for MMM. They felt like there's a lot of trials waiting for them. With MMM getting more and more popular each day, banks also made their fierce move by freezing the accounts of those people who wanted to participate in MMM. Fortunately, there are some fearless guiders and participants who never gave up and continued their journey with MMM. Most of them found the solution by using the power of Bitcoin. Since it's a decentralized digital currency, government won't be able to interfere with the transactions. You see, there's always a solution to every problem. We just need to be persistent and have the courage to find it. So, if I will be asked if it's possible for the government to completely shut down MMM, my answer will be a yes and a no. Yes, it is possible if participants and guiders will allow it to happen, and no if they will not, or they will do the opposite. As simple as that. Mavro is always telling us in his video that future of MMM is always dependent on us, the participants. So if we wanted to stay in the next coming years, we should do our part in help on its development. Surely there will be more obstacles and challenges to face in the future, but just like what I said, in every problem, there's always a solution. You and me as a participant, we have a choice. Either we can be a part of that solution, or we can be a part of the problem. That's it for this week. I'll see you again next week. I am Emil, and remember that everything that I said in this video is just my opinion. Have a great day, guys, and Merry Christmas.
That's it for our last episode for the year 2016. Happy New Year to all. We look forward to your support again next year as we continue scouring our MMM communities around the globe for great stories to share. I am Mark, and always remember, together we change the world.